I'm disappointed in myself.
I'm only here to say that I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna apologize for a lot of things.
This has all taught me a really valuable lesson.
I have a lot to work on as a human.
I don't know who that person was.
First off, let's dissect the common species known as the YouTuber apology video. Typically found in their natural habitat, a dimly lit room with a strategically placed potted plant, these videos often feature our subject looking remorseful and with a voice trembling more than my internet connection during a storm.
So I'm putting my foot down. Effective immediately, all YouTube video production is on pause.
I want to apologize to Billet Labs for auctioning off.
Key ingredients include the deep sigh, a deep breath signaling the weight of their actions, or perhaps the weight of losing sponsorships, the no makeup look, to remind you they're just like us and totally not staging this whole thing, the lapse in judgment line, a classic, almost as if there's a template floating around, tears on demand. Some real, some about as convincing as a budget soap opera. The I promise to do better speech, always vague enough to be non-committal, but hopeful enough to keep sponsorships rolling in. But some apology videos? Some take things to a whole new level of absurdity. Stick around to the end for the worst apology, actually non-apology in history. Chapter 1. The Gold Standard. The Manny Show. Alright, let's start with the good. Because yes, some people actually do know how to apologize. Enter the Manny Show. Comedy YouTuber. The Manny Show apology would change everything after he abused the copyright system targeting a commentary channel called Engween. Manny was now in hot water. Viewers didn't take it well either. Bro really got personal over harmless jokes. The Manny Show better pull out the ukulele and start singing for us. Penguin Zero also commented on this situation.
Looking at the removal request, we can see that 13 seconds of the video was enough to lead the Manny Show to strike the entire fucking channel here. That's some fucking filthy fish paste right there. 13-second clip was enough to have the Manny Show bring the hammer down with the iron fist on the channel.
When Manny found himself in controversy, details juicier than a TMZ headline, he didn't hide behind excuses. He sat down, took responsibility, and actually sounded like a human being.
At VidCon, I hired an agent to help me manage my monetization sharing, and they went beyond by filing a copyright claim on Engween's video. To those outraged by this, I am genuinely sorry with what has happened.
No crocodile tours, no blame shifting, just a straight up, here's how I'm going to fix it.
Fired the agent and contacted YouTube to reinstate the video and make things right with Engween. But at the end of the day, it is my name on the channel. I hired the agent and I take full responsibility.
See? Honesty taking accountability? Actually meaning what you say. Who knew? Chapter 2. Sienna May's Interpretive Dance. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, we have this. You know you've made history when your apology video gets ratioed harder than a politician's tweet. Enters Sienna May. Sienna's apology was so bad that people began to question if she was even saying sorry. She was one of the fastest growing creators across many platforms until another creator accused her of assault. After which she took a month-long break off of the internet and returned with the worst apology in YouTube history. Instead of sitting down and addressing some very serious allegations, she danced. Yes, she literally twirled around as if performing some kind of interpretive I'm not guilty routine, because nothing says I didn't do it like a well-timed pirouette. It began with the explanation that taking a month off social media was the most difficult month of her life, and stated that her purpose in life was to post TikTok dances and unedited photos of herself. Throughout the video, Sienna implied that her youth excused her from any wrongdoing. If not apologizing was the worst part, you're wrong. She spent more than half of the video dancing to a Sam Smith song while doing a choreographed dance to inspire her audience. The stupidity of the apology is best summarized by this comment. She really sat there and was like, yeah, this emotional dance is going to make up for me assaulting someone. And this next comment speaks my mind. The audacity to make yourself the victim and tell your life story to make people feel bad for you is insane. And not only that, she kept posting on TikTok like nothing happened after that. Crazy to think she still has fans. The general consensus? Her moves might be smooth, but they didn't moonwalk her out of accountability. This is probably my favorite worst apology video ever. Chapter 3. Travis Scott. Next up, we have an apology that somehow managed to feel both emotionless and overproduced at the same time. Travis Scott's response to the Astroworld tragedy in November 2021. On the night of the event, the crowd surged during the performance, resulting in a human crush.
The stories coming out of Astroworld and all the videos documenting the evidence are quite clear, and they align with what I know about Travis Scott. When he sees people in harm or danger, he tends to only continue thinking about himself. And to make
Despite everybody in the crowd chanting to stop the show, Travis Scott continued his Astroworld concert, which ultimately resulted in 10 fatalities alongside 500 other injuries.
Travis Scott is the worst person I worked with in my entire career in music. 8 people are dead and hundreds more injured after Travis Scott's callous, reckless behavior at Astroworld. And I hate to be the one saying this, but I saw this coming and I tried to tell everyone. The story that D-Dot is telling is true. I'm Travis Scott's former manager. I'm the one who had a seizure, and I'm the one that he left for dead in a basement in Los Angeles.
As the news of the tragedy began to go viral, Travis was planning his apology and would take to Instagram with an interesting approach. Filmed in black and white, featuring him rubbing his forehead more than a genie lamp, this apology felt less like a sincere attempt at making amends and more like an art school student's final project on detachment and grief.
To the ones that was lost last night, I mean, I'm honestly just devastated. I could never imagine anything like this.
His viewers were not taking this apology well, some saying, "Mans kept rubbing his head like it's a damn genie lamp, hoping to wish his way out of giving a proper apology." And the funniest part is that in his apology, Travis is talking like he wasn't there. It's like the dude just woke up and was like, "Aw man, people died at Travis Scott's concert? 10 people died. This is all your fault, Scott. But I didn't do anything." Exactly. The apology was certainly bizarre. The takeaway, if your apology video looks like it was directed by Christopher Nolan, maybe rethink the delivery. Chapter 4, MatPat. Now we have MatPat, the brain behind game theory and the guy who went out of his way to take accountability. This guy can connect dots that aren't even on the same page. But in 2019, one of his theories about Five Nights at Freddy's led his fans on a wild goose chase in Utah. All because he suggested that a certain location might be linked to the game.
Just maybe, it could have been that they were intentionally designed to set up secret puzzles that we were meant to solve, and those puzzles never got fully realized. I believe that Scott was planning to use this final book as a launching point, the start of a real-world treasure hunt. I need you to help me either solve this thing once and for all, or debunk it.
This was just a theory, but fans were enthusiastic. Maybe a bit too enthusiastic. Reports have emerged of Utah locals being harassed by video game fans, searching for clues for a puzzle that may not exist. A Utah business owner conveyed their frustration on Reddit. "Hi, please stop calling my work or any other businesses. We got 17 calls over my shift asking if we were Fazbears. Like, come on, y'all, it's common sense. Don't be harassing people over something that may not even be real." Imagine being a Utah resident and suddenly getting hordes of phone calls from gamers searching for animatronic monsters in your backyard. Talk about a plot twist. MatPat, realizing he'd unintentionally become the Pied Piper of confused gamers, promptly issued an apology.
Owners, those members of the community, individuals who may have felt harassed or burdened by this, I am sorry. I am so sorry. It was never my intention to cause issues for people or businesses. I want to make it very clear that if and when we reference ARGs on the channel, that there is going to be a clear set of guidelines that every single person should be aware of and follow. We've never had this sort of issue come up in the past, but now that it's here, it's time that we move forward as responsible human beings.
He acknowledged the chaos his theory had caused and urged his fans to respect people's privacy. Now, that's what I call hitting the pause button and rewinding responsibly. This commendable approach earned him a lot of love and respect from his audience. You did this so well. Huge respect to you, Matt. Thank you for apologizing to the businesses. The fact that MatPat stepped forward, addressed the issue, apologized for it, shows a great deal of both maturity and responsibility. This shows why Matt is so beloved even after his retirement. Chapter 5. David Dobrik. So I saved the most insane case to the end. David Dobrik, the king of high-octane vlogs and elaborate pranks, faced a massive scandal in 2021 when allegations of sexual misconduct surfaced against a former member of his vlog squad, Dom Zieglatis. On the night of November 25th, my friends and I came to your house to shoot. The last thing I remember is being extremely drunk on your balcony. Apparently, you and your team bought more hard alcohol that I drank, and you, me, and my friend had a threesome, which I have no memory of whatsoever. To my understanding, at some point during the threesome, I was too drunk and laid on the bed and slept. From what I've been told, my friends had to come into the room and put on my clothes, and I couldn't walk leaving your house. The internet erupted, and brands began distancing themselves faster than you can say unsubscribe. Y'all are saying Dom needs to apologize. Nah, he needs to go to prison. This is not some internet scandal. The next trend should be people going to jail when they commit crimes. And I couldn't agree more. In the midst of the chaos, David released an initial 2-minute apology video titled Let's Talk, which was about as well received as a pop-up ad.
I no longer want to be in the video that I'm putting up, and then I'll take the video down. And there's also been moments where I've looked back on videos and I realized that these don't represent me anymore, and they're hurtful to other people, and I don't want them up because I've grown, you know, as a content creator and as a person, and I don't agree with some of the videos I've posted. With the Seth situation, I'm sorry to Seth because like I said, I would just want to make videos where everybody in it, you know, whether you're participating or watching.
Realizing that a quick chat wasn't going to cut it, David returned with a more in-depth apology, this time sitting, wait for it, on the floor. Because nothing says, I'm sorry, like hard flooring and a downcast gaze. He addressed the allegations, acknowledged his role in the situation, and discussed steps to ensure such incidents wouldn't happen again. It was a textbook example of crisis management, late but comprehensive. But wait, there's more. Jeff Wittek.
I just jumped out of a plane 20 times. What's the worst that could happen if I swing from a rope over a 1-foot deep lake? And yeah, I didn't know I was gonna go that fast. So I grabbed the fucking rope and I tried to make a goddamn funny video for people. But this is where I made a mistake. I forgot that the biggest fucking idiot I know was driving it.
One of David's former best friends, Jeff Wittek, also became a casualty of the Vlog Squad era. And not in the way you'd expect. In a vlog stunt gone horribly wrong, Jeff ended up with life-altering injuries after David swung him around on a construction excavator like a human wrecking ball. And while Jeff initially kept things quiet, their friendship definitely didn't survive the aftermath. Over time, Jeff grew increasingly vocal about the incident, calling out David for failing to properly check in on him, all while suffering multiple surgeries and complications. The tension hit a boiling point when Jeff announced that he was suing David for a huge sum of money, officially severing ties. David's brand of chaotic pranks may have made him famous, but the fallout from this particular stunt serves as a grim reminder that not everything is just for content. Sometimes actions have real consequences. And an apology, you say? We're still waiting. David soon left YouTube because he almost killed Jeff Wittek, and his toxic behavior was starting to be well documented. So what did we learn today? That not all apologies are created equal. Some are genuine, some are questionable, and some belong in the internet's museum of cringe. Moral of the story? If you screw up, own it. No ukuleles, no interpretive dance, no rubbing your forehead like you lost your car keys. Just say, I messed up, mean it, and actually do better. Simple, right?